I know too much of mud. I know that when a street doesn't have sidewalks and water rises to flood the tile floors of your home, learning mud is learning the language of survival. I know too much of mud, how Tia will snap at you with a dish rag if you track it inside, how you need to raise the bed during hurricane season, how mud will dry and cling stubbornly to a shoe or a wall, to Viralata the dog and your exposed foot. I know there's mud that splatters as a motoconcho drives past, mud that suctions and slurps at the high heels of the working girls I once went to school with, mud that softens, unravels into a road leading nowhere, and mud got a mind of its own, wants to enwrap your penny loafers, hug up on your uniform skirt, press kisses to your knees and make you slip down to meet it. Don't let it stain you, Tia's always said. But can't she see? This place we're from already has its prints on me. I spend nights wiping clean the bottoms of my feet, soiled rag over a bucket, undoing this mark of place. To be from this barrio is to be made of this earth and clay. Dirt packed, water backed, third world smacked. They say the soil beneath a country's nail. They say, I love my home, but it might be a sinkhole trying to feast, quicksand, mouth pried open, a hunger for stable ground somewhere else. This morning, I wake up at 5 a.m., wash my hands and face. There is a woman with cancer, a small boulder swelling her stomach, and Tia Solana needs my help to tend her. Since I could toddle, I would tag after Tia. Even when Mama was still alive, Tia and I are easy with each other. I do not chafe at her rules. She does not impose unnecessary ones. We are quiet in the mornings. She passes me a palm-sized piece of bread. I prepare the coffee kettle for her. By the time Don Mateo's rooster crows, we are locking up the house. Tia's machete tugged into her bag. The sun streaks pink highlights across the sky. Viralata waits outside our gate. He is technically the entire neighborhood's pet, a dog with no name but the title of stray. Ever since he was a pup, he slept outside our door. And even if I don't think of him as solely mine, I know he thinks of me as his. I throw him the heel of bread from the loaf, and he runs alongside us to the woman with cancer, whose house door does not have a lock. Tia knocks anyway before walking in. I do not furrow my brow or pinch my lips at the stench of an unwashed body. Tia crooks her head at the woman. She says I have a softer touch than she does. I murmur hello. The woman fusses in response. She is too far gone into her pain to speak. And since she lives alone, we have no one to ask how she's been doing. I rub a hand across her forehead. It is cool, which is a blessing. She settles down with a deep sigh the minute I touch her. I bring the bottle of water Tia passes me up to her lips. She sips with barely there motions. It is said she was once a most beautiful woman. I lift the blanket that Tia wrapped around her the last time we were here and press gentle fingers to her nightgown-covered abdomen. Her stomach is hard to my touch. Tia burns incense in all the corners of the small house. The woman does not stir. It is easy in a moment like this to want to speak over this woman, to tell Tia there is nothing more we can do, to say out loud the woman is lucky that her lungs still draw breath. But I learned young, you do not speak of the dying as if they are already dead. You do not call bad spirits into the room, and you do not smudge a person's dignity by pretending they are not still alive and right in front of you, and perhaps about to receive a miracle. You do not let your words stunt unknown possibilities. So I do not say that her dying seems inevitable. Instead, I brush her hair behind her ear and lay my hands on her belly, chanting prayers alongside Tia, and hoping that when we leave here, Viralata and not death is the only thing that follows. Tia is the single love of my life, the woman I want to one day be, All raised eyebrows and calloused hands, a hairy upper lip stretched over a mouth that has seen death and illness and hurt, but never forgets how to smile or tell a dirty joke. Because of her, I too have known death and illness and life and healing, and I've watched Thea's every move until I could read the Morse code of sweat beads on her forehead. So when I say I want to be a doctor, I know exactly what that means. This curing is in my blood, and everyone here knows the most respected medical schools are in the United States. I want to take what I've learned from Thea's life dedicated to aid and build a life where I can help others. There have been many days when Papi's check comes late, and we have to count how many eggs we have left or how long the meat will stretch. I don't want Thea and me to always live this way. I will make it. I will make it. I will make it easier for us both.